innocent questioning is, what happens to me after death? But if before you ask what happens to you after death or before death, first know who you are. But this question is not, this way of questioning is not known to the ordinary people. So the question of people, the teacher converts that simple question to a very fundamental question. That is why Nachiketas does not know what he is asking, but Yamaraj knows the answer. Nachiketas says, what happens to man after the death? Does he survive? He doesn't survive. But being a teacher who knows the whole thing, he knows this answer to this question involves the knowledge of immortality, absolute. Because there are three possibilities after death. One is, you have given up this body, immediately you are born, rebirth, one possibility. Other possibility is, you are free, you know yourself and you are free. The third possibility is, you have given up this body, you are neither free nor you are born yet. In between field of experiences, call it heaven and hell. For some time, you linger there until you come back. Now, two things you can prove. The death here you can see for yourself. You know other people dying, your body will die. You cannot prove two things, rebirth and the survival. Freedom, liberation here and now you can do. But two things, rebirth as well as the survival after the death. In another field of experience, those two things will be matter of belief. Sometimes, by chance it so happens, certain freak cases, somebody remembers the last life. And if you can verify, maybe you can find some truth in it. Okay, the person remembers. Many such incidents have happened in the world. Somebody remembers. So at least rebirth you can prove. But survival after death, you cannot prove. But you can guess. What is that guesswork? If the person was not born immediately, suppose he says, like this very recent, not recent, last 1 year back, there was a case in Uttar Pradesh, in UP. A child was born and he, growing up in a village, then suddenly one day says he wants to go to his house. Then everybody is surprised, what is he going to his house? This is his house, he wants to go to his house. He said, no, I want to go my home. He said, baby, this is your home. He said, no, this is not my house. Parents ignored it. Who will take it seriously? Parents ignored it. But when a 5-year-old, the fellow insisted, I am going to go to my home. Then they were very ordinary people in a village. So they went and told somebody. So that man went and told somebody. Then it went to collector, SP, judge, high court judge. This is a real incident or it's a freak? The fellow is talking some nonsense. So they followed the baby in another car. And they went to the village. They deliberately take him to a wrong place. He said, no, this is not the way, go this way. He leads him to the house and sees the photos. This is me. And imagine the situation. 45-year, 50-year-old lady, my wife. 5-year-old is telling. 15, 20-year-old boys, my son, my girl, my daughter. 5-year-old boy. Think of it. And he doesn't want to come back home. And everybody cries, he also cries. Now they want to come back, but they will not come. He has to be brought back. Just think of it. What a mess it will create. Every 4-year-old goes and says, this is my wife, this is my husband, and 30-year-old fellow is my son. What will happen? Good that you forget everything. Okay, she was immediately born. Suppose there are a few months after his death, when he was born, reborn. Then in that 1 month, where did he survive? So you can say there must be some place in a subtler field of experience, whatever, heaven and hell. You don't stay there permanently. With Jiva, the individual travels. body to body. He travels until he is aware of himself. There's a liberation. So the I, the individuality, understand. In the part of the subtle body, when the gross body is gone, the subtle body is being born. Or he knows about himself, is liberated. Liberation you can see here and now. Death, other people's death you can experience, your own body also dying you can experience. But the rebirth and the survival after death, you cannot prove it as such. Then this is what it is, unless a case like that comes up. But definitely, Swarga, Martya, that heaven and hell, subtler field of experience, you can never prove. That is why in Sanskrit they call it Nitya Paroksha, eternally indirect. This is Pratyaksha. Understand? This is Pratyaksha. This world is directly perceived for everybody's perception. So you don't have to prove it. Everybody knows it. Pratyaksha. This is Aksham Prati, direct perception. Is available for everybody. Heaven, Paroksha. Heaven and hell. The survival after death, that is Paroksha. Paroksha means eternally indirect. You shall never see it and come back and say, I have seen this heaven and hell. That will not work out. Like some people return. Some people return after death. Think of it. Some people return after death. They survive. And they come back. That I had a near-death experience and I came back. Think of it. But by chance, such a person comes back, what shall you do? How will you believe that is really true or not? And the worst part of it is, they see what they are conditioned to see. That is why somebody sees a light, somebody sees this God, somebody sees that God, somebody sees, Islamic variety, Christian variety, Hindu variety, Buddhist variety. So there are really so many varieties are there existing. Maybe their own imaginations. How are you going to accept it? That is why you cannot prove it. That is why about the Samparaya. Samparaya means Paraloka Vishaya. About the hereafter, it's a matter of faith. Always a Paroksha. You cannot establish it. You cannot prove it. Whereas yourself is, what is that word? Aparoksha. Aparoksha. Aparoksha means what? Understand that line. Aparoksha. Right here and now you can see it for yourself. It is not indirect, but it is not also direct. Are you getting that word? I have explained to you. I'll explain it again. Understand.